everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, we made our way to the town of Willow, died slightly but got back, and I'm seeing a hint of what may be causing a bit of the stress between the two groups. Anyway, we found our way down underneath the town, so let's go down and see if we can find anything. You open up the trapdoor and find a shaft underneath it. There's a ladder underneath it. You can descend if you want. And I do. Let's turn on some light. Didn't mean to step into that. There's a lot of trash and the like down here. But this person we're looking for is supposed to be down here. Somewhere. You reach the questioning chamber. It's an eerie room lit by dim, flickering torches on the walls. There's a gilt throne on a platform in the center of the room. It's empty, and you suspect that you were supposed to sit in it. Questioning chamber. Sit in chair to be judged and commanded. Oh, goody. Clear off the webs. The throne is large, and you can sit in it comfortably. There's even a small worn velvet cushion. Sit in the throne. You sit down in the throne and wait for something to happen. It doesn't take long. The torch is dim. Then a glowing figure appears by the south wall. Some sort of humanoid-shaped magical projection. It begins to speak. Welcome to Morrow's Isle. Hopefully, by now, you have heard of the cruel, violent rebels who are ravaging this island. You have been brought here to infiltrate them. No doubt they will soon contact you. Have they? You mention the note you found in your pocket. The voice says, Excellent. Listen carefully. You are alone in this place. I am not a human, but a magical being programmed to hear what you say and give directions. I also send your words elsewhere. Your mission is to help us find Stalker, leader of the Hill Runners. You will perform missions, winning their trust until they tell you where he can be found. The work will be dangerous, but your reward at the end will be generous. In addition, of course, you will save many, many lives. These are lives that would have been lost to rebel attacks. Keep listening. This is the task before you. Great are the risks, great are the rewards, and great is the heroism you may perform. You will be fighting shrewd and lethal killers, killers of men, women, and children, who fight not only with blades, but with terror. Will you join us? Will you help in this noble fight? Yes, I will help you. Your first mission is to go and meet this Canizares mentioned in the note. And remember, there is one rule you must follow above all others. The rebels are crafty and will try to manipulate you to do us great harm. Whatever you do, always report back to us before doing anything that might aid them. Take no steps without our permission. Otherwise they will use you, and use you well. To get permission, return and sit in this chair. Failure to follow this direction will result in your severe punishment. Now go and meet this Canizares. Good luck. The voice fades away and the light returns. The shade does not respond to your questions in any way. Must be magically programmed to only respond when you sit in the throne. Well, okay then. Simple enough. I guess we'll be going to the next town over. This time I'm going to remember taking purposes. Okay, so, next town over is Liam. Basically, follow the road and we'll be able to get there. Simple enough. But I will explore elsewhere because that's what I do. It doesn't look like there's any other farms around here. And it's dark. Cursed darkness. Looks like we found the town right over here. Yep, here it is. The clusters of farmhouses in these parts are newer than elsewhere, only built a few years before. Farmers work hard among their neat rows. When you get close, all work stops. The people watch your approach nervously. Approach and talk to them. When you get close, the farmers struggle to decide between giving in to their natural hospitality and using their caution and common sense. Caution wins. Before you get close, they shout out that perhaps everyone would be happier if you just turned back. Since there's not much else for you to do here, you leave. You encounter an Empire Guard patrol. Out here in the more remote areas, the guards are much more anxious. They also don't recognize you. They draw their weapons. Their captain says, "All right, you! We have some questions to ask you." Answer the questions, we have nothing to hide. You are subjected to a brief, rude, humiliating questioning by the Empire soldiers. Since you don't know how secret your mission is, you don't answer many of their questions. They don't recognize you at first. Then after a few minutes, one of the soldiers pulls his captain aside. There's a whispered conversation in which the only word you can make out is Willow. Then the captain returns. All right, you can go, but you better stay clean or we'll take care of you fast enough. You hold your tongue and move on. You wonder how the local villagers feel about this treatment by the Empire. You meet a small, well-guarded band of merchants who have taken on the risky job of trading with all the isolated farms in this area. The head merchant eyes you carefully when he sees you. Her desire for business outweighs her caution. She approaches and asks if you would like to buy some supplies. Well, let's see what you got. Nothing we need. Oh well. Good to see it, at least. Alright. Yes, we've already spoken with you. We don't need to speak with you again. Oh, interesting. Nice, short little path over. Handy. It'll make traveling through this area a bit easier. Alright. Looks like there's a little area in here. Yet there's nothing there. There may be later. Let's see. All work stops. Approach and talk to them. When the farmers see that you're adventurers, they launch into a spirited debate. You hear the arguments going on for several minutes. Finally, one of them, a middle-aged woman, walks briskly out to greet you. She has a sort of angry confidence that is necessary to live in a violent place like this. She sees that you are an adventurer, and she naturally assumes you've come to help her out personally. I'm Bella. The others don't approve of this, but hell with them, this is important. They're worried about rebels, but we have a worse problem. Our farms have been raided by hill giants lately. That's right, hill giants. They aren't all dead. There's a band of them in the forest to the north, and we can pay well anyone who wipes them out. They live at the south end of the woods, and at a path with 2 boulders by it. Kill them in return, and we'll pay you. Now I have to return. Sorry I can't offer some pie. Bye. She walks back the way she came. Ah, so here. Alright, let's see if we can deal with these hill giants. You reach the end of the path Bella described to you, and indeed you find a place which was, up until recently, settled by giants. The flattened earth and toppled trees are evidence enough of that. However, the tribe has packed up and moved on to somewhere else. The massive tracks lead to the north. I think I see where. I think it's gonna be a simple thing to do. Come on, there we go. You look for some sort of path or indication of where the giants you were sent to fled to. You don't find anything. Your tracking skills just aren't good enough. Well, damn. I guess we need to improve that. We'll find a way to. Approach and talk to them. Bella comes out and speaks with you, ready to hear that the giants that have been bothering her are no more. When she finds out that you haven't killed the giants, she's annoyed. The conversation comes to an abrupt end. What about these farmers? Ah, once again, caution wins. Very well. Morrow marches to the east. Well, let's move on to explore in this town. As shall happen. Another townsman. This peasant is very tired, very hungry, and has developed a considerable and rational fear of armed people. You're only able to get a few monosyllabic answers to your questions. You don't learn anything useful. I suppose it makes sense. That's where the sheep are held. Or some of the livestock. For a second I thought that one said boo. No, I think it was just a ba. Alright, moving in. We will explore all these buildings and the like shortly. Alright, let's start down here. Learned Kim, Sage, and Research. You are surprised to find that this small remote farming village has an actual library. There are a variety of books here. Fiction, farming and craft techniques, histories. All of them are clean, untouched by the grimy hands of peasants. Okay then. What have we got in here? You've interrupted someone in the middle of writing some scholarly paper or other. She is the librarian for the small, underused library, and she looks mildly bothered at the intrusion. I am Kim, a sage. I also care for the books. What do you want? She looks at your worn, dirty clothes and dirty boots with distaste. What are you studying? She thinks. Well, only a little bit that would concern you. I came to study the natural magics of this island. It's difficult, however, with all the turmoil. As adventurers, I'm sure you'll find this interesting. I support myself by identifying unknown items brought to me. What is natural magic? She smiles. You know, you could actually be of assistance to me. In the swamp to the east is a large cave. In the cave are valuable geodes I wish to study. If you could retrieve some, you could sell them to me for 50 coins each. I'd get them myself, but the turmoil makes it difficult. What do you need the geodes for? Nothing you would understand, I'm sure. What turmoil? Well, I've been trying to watch it with an impartial eye. You see, it has to do with the serfs on the isle and their receiving of land. What's happening to the serfs? She looks uncomfortable. I know, but it is not always safe to say. Let's just say that some serfs feel that the feudal state should have ended years ago, and the lords of the isle are more comfortable with it staying. And so violence ensued. What else can you tell us about the rebellion? That's all I know. It's real estate. What better reason does anyone ever have to kill someone else? Real estate. That's an interesting theory. Perhaps there's a paper in that somewhere. Kim continues to talk to you, but she seems distracted by the fear that your grimy fingers may soil any of her books. Items identified, not really. 20 coins each. Just wanted to know the price. So, why is there a library here? Lord Velpold ordered it, and it was so. It was part of his plan to lure a higher grade of person to this island by creating culture and other such resources. How will the library bring more people here? It will bring merchants, sages, people with learning, people who create things of true value, not just peasants rooting around in the muck. Can I check out any of your books? Oh no, of course not. Not you, not those grimy peasants. I'm charged to keep the library clean and presentable until worthy citizens and patrons come. Lovely. And not really something I approve of, putting it that way. Okay, what have we got back? Definitely not picking our lock into there. Canizares, alchemy, potions, and ointments. Let's go in there in a bit. I want to look around the rest of this place first. Shrine of Lasting Harmony. Ah. Probably get some priest spells here. The town priest is kneeling in front of the altar, lost in contemplative thought. When you approach, he jumps up to assist you. It's nice to see someone so loyal to his chosen work. I am Stefano, of the Shrine of Lasting Harmony. What services do you provide here? I work in this shrine and try to increase harmony in our troubled people. In addition, when needed, I can provide healing for 150 coins. The service will also enable you to remove any cursed items that are troubling you. Also, I can teach travelers helpful contemplative rituals to aid in their safe journeys. Of course, in return for that knowledge, I require a donation to keep this shrine active. Tell me the tenets of your faith. We priests of harmony try our hardest to bring forth peace and kindness in the people. We aim for peace inside and out. We summon forth energy to do good works by cultivating utter stillness in the soul. This is a difficult goal considering the increasing brutality on the isle. Why is this place so brutal? You won't have to talk to many people to find out what a torn, violent place this has become. Granted, there is great injustice, but things are only being made worse. How are things getting worse? The Empire is not perfect, but it is, by and large, just. It keeps us from the cruelty of the Nephilim and the terror of anarchy. These rebels may be right about the presence of injustice, but I will still side with the wisdom of our current leaders. What injustices exist on this isle? Some of the serfs are angry about the distribution of wealth on this island. I can agree with them that there may be the need for some improvements, but not to the point of condoning violence. Stefano stands before you humbly, eyes cast down at the floor. What else would you like? This is a surprisingly large and well-built temple for such a small town. That is the work of Lord Volk. He wishes to attract merchants and workers and thinkers to Morrow's Isle, to increase the wealth and happiness of all. That is why he builds libraries and temples. Of course, they are expensive, but he manages. Where does the money to make these buildings come from? I am not sure. Taxes on the peasants, I would imagine. Where can I meet Lord Volp? In Zaskiva, a town at the northwest corner of our isle. Can you teach me spells? Yes! Healing, definitely stronger. Curing, definitely stronger. What else? Wow, we can learn a lot here. Enduring Barrier. Unshackled Mind. Move Mountains definitely improve twice. Mass Healing. Mass Curing. Radiant Shield. Divine Fire. Ooh. I'm glad we saved up what money we could. So many spells now, but I don't know if we can even... Well, we must be able to cast them. What is Enduring Barrier? I'll look at them in a bit. I guess Repel Spirit improve. Ooh, get it to 3, yeah. And save up your money for now. Alright, let me look at these... Oh, we have level ups for everyone. Okay, Fox... I guess get more points in nature lore. Does anything give a bonus to it? Intelligence divided by 4. That works. And another point in that. Sheik, nothing. Bonnie. Divine Fire needs 10. Anything higher, we're gonna need more points. So, appointed pre-spells. Okay, what is Enduring Barrier? Increases the health of the target even above the character's normal maximum. Doesn't work if the character's current health is already above the maximum. Okay, so that improves health. Shackle Mind, I know. Move Mountains? Yeah, I'm glad we have it, and we're not going to need that one spell anymore. Mass Healing and Mass Curing have been improved. Radiant Shield is a powerful defensive spell. Increases the group's magic resistance. Skill 2 shields from melee damage. Skill 3 also provides Sanctuary and Martyrs. That's powerful. And Divine Fire, one of the strongest offensive spells. That is also going to be useful. May need to improve Smite at some point, though, but... Oh, yes. Improving Smite gives more of that. Okay. I guess a point in Arcane Lore would be helpful. And Draco can't do anything. He needs a lot more. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, what have we got in here? Robe Room. Bring up that again. What have we got in here? We've got some coins and another healing elixir. And here we got cloak, steel dagger, and staff. Nothing we need to take. Alright. So what have we got in here? This is City Hall. Ah, another building to look in. You meet a wealthy old man dressed in rich silk robes and sitting imperiously on his throne. His chamber has been made with the highest quality building materials, which were no doubt quite expensive. His sash marks him as the mayor of Liam. The room is littered with charts and plans, no doubt part of the mayor's efforts to plan the eradication of the hill runners. He looks you over with disinterest.
I am Houlihan. Why are you here?
Are you the mayor?
I suppose. I run this town, keep the serfs in line, that sort of thing.
How is the town?
Liam contains some of the richest land in Morrow's Isle. It's quite a prize.
How do you keep the serfs in line? He frowns.
Lord Volp brought me here. He said nothing about the irritable peasants. Fortunately, they can be persuaded.
You know Lord Volp?
I and many others came from far away with Volp to take control of this isle from the weak hands that held it.
Who controlled this isle before Volp?
Old Lord Brosterman. He was a fool. We were lucky to get rid of him.
Where's Lord Brosterman now?
Why do you ask? It doesn't concern you.
I assume when you say they can be persuaded, you mean persuasion of the physical kind. He points at the small door in the corner of the room.
Liam, like all proper cities on this isle, has a full complement of punishment cells.
Are punishment cells really necessary?
How else are you supposed to show a peasant who's boss without removing his ability to work? A few days in a room with a little loving adjustment and the message has been gotten across.
What do you mean by loving adjustment? He laughs and minds a flogging motion.
What else?
Mayor Houlihan watches you with disinterest. He is eager to return to his planning. This is a lovely chamber.
Ah, yes. Beautiful materials brought from the mainland. All the better to all the peasants. But you are an adventurer. You've seen the world. You know the effect such touches can have.
Are you looking to hire anyone for any work?
I hear you already have a job. Go to it. Help us destroy our common enemy.
Punishment cells. Can we get in? We can. The sign by the door said punishment cells. The cells are quiet now, but there is an unpleasant sour smell in the air. People have been kept here recently. Oh boy. I'm gonna leave that healing potion here. They're gonna need it. Oh boy. Wonderful. Why are there two doors there? And there's bloodstains there. Oh boy. Now I'm starting to see why this rebellion is happening. Alright. What have we got up here? Well, nothing in here but a storage shed. Wine, meat, and arrows. Okay, nothing in there. Serf Barracks A. Feudal estates are rare in the Empire these days, and serfs' barracks are an uncommon sight. This low-cramped chamber would be quite a historical novelty were it not for the fact that it's right here in front of you and clearly still in use. Normally, serfs have barracks instead of hovels only in very recently settled and poor areas. Moro's Isle, however, is quite well off. Very odd. Guardhouse. Okay. Oh, there's a guard in there. Can't take anything from there. Serf Barracks B. Ah, there's something between these two. Is there a door on the other side, or... Aha! There is. The door head has a massive padlock on it and is heavy and iron-bound as well. It'll be difficult to get through it. I'll not try. Didn't want to get on the horses. Alright. I guess the only one left to speak with is Canizares. So let's speak with this Canizares. Oh, there's a door behind us. You meet the town alchemist. He's a jolly, rounded, friendly man with a wide smile and pleasant eyes. His fingers are stained with the residue of many years of chopping healing herbs.
Welcome, friend. I am Canizares. You look like an adventurer. Always the sort that can use my wares.
Canizares watches you intently. This is the man the note you found in your pocket told you to contact. Seems to be waiting for you to say something. What trade are you in?
I am an alchemist. I have herbs, potions, and recipes for sale. How can I help you?
I'd like to learn some recipes. Greymold Salve and Balm of Life. We'll come back for that later. I'd like to buy supplies, which we could, but nothing I want to buy. By the way, invisible. His cheery, harmless demeanor falls from him like a cloak. His smile fades and his eyes turn flinty and cold.
Ah, yes, I'm glad you have contacted me. You want to learn of the rebellion. It is a great risk for us to contact people who come to Morrow's Isle. Any adventurer might be a spy or betray us to the Empire. But our cause is both just and in great danger. We need to reach out to whatever allies we can. I will tell you of the Hill Runners. If you would like to make a small portion of our enslaved world be free, you can help us. But beware. Pose or cheat us, and you will find yourself dead in the night.
Then he smiles again. His pleasant demeanor returns. He starts to talk both of the rebellion and mundane business with the same bland cheeriness. Tell me about the Hill Runners. Who are they?
The descendants of the settlers of this island. The children of people who worked, enslaved, and died to make this island a good, safe place to live, who had their birthright stolen by the Empire. Look around. Look at how poor and hungry the people here are. They have been robbed, and they will fight to regain what is theirs. They will be ruthless as necessary to show the Empire that they cannot that they cannot do whatever they want. The Empire should be fought, but that doesn't justify any action. Emphasis on any. Many have said that before you. The lucky ones wound up in Avernum. The rest died. I hope you wise up before you share their fate.
Do many travelers help you with your rebellion?
Many foes of the Empire come here to learn our techniques. Others come to join our cause.
I thought that all the foes of the Empire wind up dead.
The Empire has many foes, but few have had luck in their resistance. The reason is simple. They were weak where we are strong. Fortunately for them, we will teach our secrets and techniques.
How do you teach?
We will teach them, but for a price. First, we must be paid in the same coin. Those who would learn must join our cause.
Exactly why did you contact me?
You were contacted because we learned of you when you arrived. You do not have any obvious Empire contacts, and adventurers are often free spirits who hate the Empire. If you do not wish to help us, you oppose us and should depart. Otherwise, if you want to join our ranks, you must be tested.
You can hate the Empire and still... if I oppose you and stay, you will kill me?
That's the first lesson in our techniques. Those who don't help us, oppose us. If the Empire is to be fought, ruthlessness is your first best weapon.
So then you are always ruthless.
Mercy should never be shown, to anybody. The Empire has never shown it, neither shall we. Some doubt the morality in this belief.
How can you justify your ruthlessness?
Look at the punishment cells. Talk to the people and hear what the Empire has done and robbed them of. Learn of Lord Volp and his corruption. Perhaps what we do is sometimes wrong, but it is the lesser evil compared to what the Empire is doing to the people on the Isle.
And yet I hear about what happened with the destruction of an entire town. You can hate the Empire and still work with it.
But then who? Who doesn't work for the Empire doesn't hate it.
So what sort of test must I perform to join you?
The Empire is constantly trying to seed traitors in our ranks. Before we let anyone into our inner circles, they must perform a mission for us to prove they are worthy.
What if you decide I am also a traitor?
He leans close and says, "Believe me, if you are found to be a traitor, your death will take days, if you're lucky."
He smiles warmly. Tell me of the mission I need to do.
In the mountains to the northwest of the city of Salathni, there's an abandoned Empire fort. When the fort was abandoned, certain valuable papers were left behind. Go there, find those papers, and put them in the large crack of the floor in the southwest storage shed in Salathni. Then return to me.
He gives you a piece of paper describing the mission. Very well then. That is our quest. I don't know what these papers are, but as requested, we will need to speak with someone about it. Dust of Shadows. And a Blessed Robe. Ooh. Okay, the Dust of Shadows. I think we already had one. Yeah, we do. It blesses the user. Okay. The Blessed Robe is pretty useful, but I don't think we need it. I mean, we can sell it. And in here, can't pick that one. And pick a rope. Alright. One other thing I'm curious about. Let me guess. Yeah. Oh, only 20. That's more possible to do, given time. That gives more arcane. That gives more of a couple different things. Yeah. Give a point in that. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode, I think we're going to start by taking a look at the area to the east here. From what I can see on the map here, there isn't really anything but swamp and the like over here. No paths up into the hills over here. So we can explore through here fine before moving on with the main quest and going to Willow. We'll probably then take a look at the area to the southwest here. I don't know where this fort is. Probably somewhere around... That must be it, right there. So we'll explore around here, then we'll move back over here and explore this region, then we'll move up to the fort. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I'm Chester44, that is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.